What is up, A team? Welcome back. Awesome here. Hope everyone's having an awesome day or night, depending on what, but I hope it's awesome. And yes, we're back at it today to talk more about crypto, to talk more about the markets. Obviously, the markets are kind of up and down right now. I think a lot of us expected the markets to come down. A lot of things were way over purchased. We knew it was going to come down. The 4 hours definitely come down. We hit some numbers by 215, which I put out there, I don't know what, 2 days ago. The 215 hit yesterday. Put a short in. Obviously, I shorted the market all the way to 215. And then the 215 on XRP hit. I ended up putting a take profits at 217, which it hit again. And then I've been out of the market since. But the markets continue to come down. We're starting to have a little bit of a bounce back here in the nine hour, right at the 9 o'clock hour right now. We are up, coming back up, looking pretty decent for the most part. Again, stock markets are kind of flat for the most part. The Dow's actually up 300 points right now. We are on the cusp of waiting to sort of see what happens with the tariff discussion. Obviously, this is a really big announcement coming tomorrow from the Supreme Court. Huge ruling as to whether Trump overstepped the tariffs or if he's allowed to do it. And I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. I think that I do know what's going to happen. I give you my opinions. I don't know what the Supreme Court's going to do, but I do think that if the Supreme Court knocks it down and decides that Trump overstepped his bounds and takes that authority away from him, the stock market's going to absolutely take a shit. The cryptocurrency market's going to absolutely get obliterated, probably. If they decide that he's within his right to do so, I think the stock market probably stays where it's at. I don't think there's going to be any major reaction to it. We saw the amount of money that's flowing in. I mean, even CNN reported on this, and so did CNBC reported on this, showing the amount of money that's actually flowing in from tariffs. So I don't know, it's mixed resolve right now. It's going to be very interesting to sort of see what happens here. But you can see it's just been a wild ride. And on top of that, you obviously have all this, upright, everyone's just freaking out right now with the whole Minnesota thing. You got all this fraud. You got all the ICE shooting. You got just crazy stuff going on. It's wild. It's a wild time to be alive. You got Venezuela. The Senate just knocked down Trump from having military strikes within Venezuela. So just a bunch of crazy stuff going on right now. And I honestly don't know what the markets are going to do or react to it. But I'm just glad to be here. Yeah, let's talk about Zcash. Zcash took a crap too, man. Talk about the developers cashing out on some money right there. But regardless of all that, we're here to make money. We're here to figure out which way we can either long, short, buy, sell. That's what we're here. So before we jump into it all, I want to say what's up to the A team. We got Mr. Mr. Nocho. Mr. Nacho, what's up, man? Good to see you. We got Jorge in the house here. Jeffrey, what's up, Jeffrey? Good to see you. Eugene, BP Kohler. We got Craig in the house here. Dave's dog Zoe, Crypto Keeper Joel. What's up, buddy? We got Chameleon, my batch. What's up, buddy? We got Chris in the house here. Appreciate you guys. We got Pipeline. Got Guy. What's up, Guy? Good to see you, man. Best Cat. Vince. What's up, Vince? We got Crypto Kyle's in the house here. F Joe, yeah, Joe, what's up, man? We got Brodick. What's up, Brodick? We got LTJ. What's up, buddy? We got Griff. What's up, Griff? Good to see you, man. The Fish Plug, Craig. Yeah, Chipper. What's going on, guys? Appreciate each and every one of you guys being here today. Let's jump into it here. As you guys can see right now, the cryptocurrency market is down on the day. I wouldn't say it's down on the day. I mean, it's down over probably the last 24 hours for sure. Let's take a look at the screen here. Last 24 hours, back down to a 3.09 trillion, which really isn't that bad. If you think about it, we were down to a 2.89 trillion a week ago. So we've actually still come up. We're actually holding strong right now. The fear and greed continues to climb back up. In the last hour, you can see we're starting to make a little bit of a climb back. Over the last 7 days, things are still looking really positive for most cryptos out there. Almost every crypto out there is actually looking good over the last 7 days. You can see Ethereum still sitting above a 4.83% over the last 7 days. Bitcoin up about a 3.56. XRP still up 15% over the last 7 days. Like, that's still a phenomenal return, regardless of where you're at right now. Solana up 11%. Dogecoin up 14%. Then you go down here to our baby down here. I mean, obviously Zcash taking a massive dump today. It's actually held in strong for the devs coming out here and saying that they are leaving the project, which is crazy. And again, I don't know if that's real or not. I haven't quite figured that out. I mean, people are obviously posting about it. There's a lot of news out there about Zcash and all the things that are happening here. We'll talk about it, but whether that's true or not, I don't know. It's kind of a crazy thing to see, but Sui's still up about 28% right now. Sui's doing phenomenal. Hedera is trying to make a little bit of a comeback here, still up about 10%. Just a really good 7-day marker, but over the last 24 hours, we are down. Hopefully trying to gain some traction going into tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a big day. I do think that. I'd love to see what you guys put in for your vote here. You can see the stock market's actually doing pretty good. The stock market's up about 300 points on the Dow right now. It's flat with about 0.15% up on the S&P 500. It's down to the Nasdaq. Obviously struggling right now. People are moving their money out of tech Maybe preparing for what tomorrow brings. I don't know. What's up, Tim Shea? We got Tim Shea in the house. We got the Mayor of Crypto. We got XCL Mafia. What's up, my guy? Good to see you guys. We got Zip here. We got Autobahn. What's up, man? Good to see you guys. Appreciate you all being here. Got new brakes, fuel pump. I feel like XRP run. Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, XRP could run again, man. We'll talk more about that. But you can see right here, Supreme Court ruling tomorrow could trigger a $133 billion shock to the markets. Bitcoin could drop 10% in its local bottom in the wake of Trump's Liberation Day. So we saw that 10% get dipped out, which is right over here. This is Liberation Day, April of 2025. We're right down here at same levels of where we're at for Liberation Day. Same exact level, like no joke, almost the same exact levels. Question is, are we going to have another massive volatile downward trend if the Supreme Court knocks down or makes a decision against what Trump is trying to do with the tariffs? Some people think that it's actually going to be good for the markets if they knock it down, because that's going to allow people to reduce pricing, reduce costs, all that good stuff. But it takes away leveraging for being able to bring money into America, takes away leveraging from being able to hold other countries accountable to not rip off America. So like there's two sides to every one of these. And again, I don't know what the best side is. I really don't. I just think that we should just, again, stay the course, whatever we're doing. Obviously working, markets are looking pretty good. We've hit all-time highs in 2025. We want to hit more all-time highs in 2026. So let's just keep the good times rolling. Don't shift anything here. Hopefully I think the Supreme Court should rule in the favor of Donald Trump. Just because I do think that the Americans should not get ripped off. I do think that we should do a tick for tack when it comes to tariffs. If you're going to tariff us 100%, then we should be able to tariff you 100%, and we should have discretion for that. That's just my personal opinion, but teach your own on that. So this will be a very, very interesting day tomorrow. I think the ruling comes out at like 8 a.m. 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think that's when the ruling comes out, or I saw that. I could be wrong. Let's see, Supreme Court ruling tomorrow time. I thought I heard it was going to be around like 10 a.m. So it'd be right around 7. Was that 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, dude? That's going to be wild, dude. I guess it comes together at 10, but I don't think that they'll actually have a timeline on the actual ruling. So they actually get in session at 10 a.m. and the sessions will typically last about 15 to 30 minutes and are open to the public. So Jesus, that could become pretty quick. Right around 9:30, man. We should be seeing some crazy stuff tomorrow. I don't know what the best thing is here, but right now you can see that the public markets are out here. They're betting, dude. The betting markets are kind of where it's at, right? The public opinion is out here in the trading markets. I mean, you can see right here, Polymarket and Kalshi are all in the same exact boat here. They're all about 70% of chances that they will rule against Trump's tariffs. So pretty high chance of 77% is a pretty high chance, 30% chance that they'll rule in his favor. Yeah, then these markets could shift tomorrow. You never know, right? They could be suppressed right now, so people could get in at a better price to make these go up, right? This is all manipulated, gambling here is what this is. But you can see public sentiment right now is 70% chance that they rule against it. I put the question in our here. I put the question in our chat here, and right now you can see about will the Supreme Court rule in favor of Trump's tariffs? And 65% of you in here say yes. 35% say no, they will not rule in his favor. So you have a flip, right? You have the public sentiment over here saying 70% chance. It's almost 65 here saying that, yeah, they'll rule in his favor. So that's pretty wild. Crypto up in the air, but silver is going to parabolic. I got me some physical silver. Nice, dude. That's actually pretty good. We're getting ripped off from the government with tariffs. I don't know, dude. The tariffs are just a crazy thing, man. There's a historical precedent for tariffs in the U.S. Why is World Liberty up today? World Liberty Finance? Pride? Who knows, dude? Let's watch the results live on stream tomorrow. Yeah, I should probably try to jump on early tomorrow and see what happens from a results standpoint. Let's see. World Liberty going for banking licenses. Yeah, I mean, that's probably good. Going for the banking license is huge, right? That's what you want at the end of this whole thing. It'd be crazy to sort of see how this whole thing happens here. But you can see right here, I told you guys before, if you go back and actually look at your Bitcoin ETF flow, you go and you look at this, you can see that the outflows happened yesterday. That's obviously why the downturn in the market. We can actually look at some of the charting here. I mean, this is on the day chart right here. It hit my 15. We're back up to my 15 right now, just to let you guys know. This came dipped down. I actually bumped back up to 17, or sorry, it was like 18 or 17 right after I hit my 15. And boom, came right back down. But this thing came down and hit the 50-day EMA here, and then bounced back up, and now it's back to the 15 marker here on the daily. Again, this is probably going to come down to some point. Hopefully we have a rejection here and bounce back up, but tomorrow's going to be a big day. I don't know. 12 hours at the bottom, right? Towards the bottom here. The 4 hours definitely tapped out at the bottom for this, but you can see the last 8 hours, it's starting to come back up from where it hit low here at 206. So anyone that got in on a long position right here looking phenomenal. But Bitcoin's in the same boat here. You can see this right now. We go back and we look at the tariffs, right? Who rules the roost? It's obviously Bitcoin, these ETFs out here. They had massive sales yesterday, dude, totaling $486 million in sales yesterday. So obviously that's going to cause the markets to come down. Again, looking at the day trend here, you can see the last 2 days. This is yesterday's sell-off right there. That's your ETFs right there, man. ETFs basically sold the top of this, and now they're probably going to come back in and start buying the bottom of this. This thing came down and triggered right here at a fair value gap at 89,000. You guys know that this 89 is the level I put in there of where this thing is going to fall down to. It actually came down to 89,247. So if you got in on, I said it was going to come down to 89,709, and that's exactly where it came down to. And now it's bounced back into the middle of a fair value gap here. So yeah, I think this is going to be quite the wild ride. I'm going to be honest with you, dude. We got HBO. What's going on, dude? Thanks so much for the $20 super chat. Blessings to you as well. Thank you so much. You appreciate that too, man. And again, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Boom. Blessings as well. Blessings to you too, dude. And thanks so much for the super chats. I appreciate the hell out of that, dude. Let's see, Tim Shea. What's up? Yeah, dude. What's up, man? What's up? What's going on, XRPOG? Good to see you, bud. We got Deb in the house here. What's up, Deb? Good to see you. The Constitution reserves the power to levy taxes and tariffs to the Congress. I'm 614 with you. What's up? Anthony? Good to see you, buddy. XRP should be trading between 317 and 530 if it's starting to get very, very annoying. Crypto New, I'm kind of with you, right? We all kind of anticipated it was going to be there, but here we are. You know what I mean? New Mocker, what's up, dude? Even if they rule against him, they will let what it's done to stay. Just no one. Oh, you're saying basically like the tariffs that have happened will stay, but he wouldn't be able to then use it for any more tariffs. So it's not like they're going to retract what's done and make us pay back what I can't remember what it was. It was a substantial amount of money, right? I mean, I think it was like into the hundreds of billions of dollars that we'd have to send back to countries if they ruled against that. That was part of the tabloid there. Yeah, that could be right. They could say, okay, no more. We're actually from here on out, you can't make that decision. But we're not going to go backwards in it. I would be on board with that. I mean, like, hey, that's actually a reasonable way of looking at it if it comes down to it. But I just hope that they just keep the. I just think that you people voted this person into power to make decisions that are best for America. I mean, why else would people vote? And some people obviously don't agree with him. Some people do. Let the man cook or not. You know what I mean? Like, it's just simple as that. But it is what it is. People are going to like I said, people are going to like it. People are going to hate it. There's going to be people in between. And in the end of it, the whole reality of it, do we really have a say in how this turns out? We don't have a say in it. So we just got to find out where the markets are going to go to make money for ourselves. That's what it comes down to for me. Put your money in and put your money on it, people. Cash your bets open for tariffs. I'm on the side that's illegal ruling will be bullish for the markets. It probably would be. To be honest, not being negative, but I think BTC is killing the crypto community with the manipulation. It kind of goes up and down, man. Has anyone seen any research or statements from business sites that state otherwise? I haven't. No. If SCOTUS rules against tariff, the markets will crash. I think so too. I think the markets will come down for big one, dude. Government shutdown vote for January 30th. Yeah, I still stand on this, man. I know Guy brought it up too. Guy's been pretty on top of it. So I do appreciate him for bringing up the shutdowns. He brought up the shutdown, the previous shutdown, which we talked about it here on the stream. But this shutdown, I do think that the filibuster will be blown up, dude. Like, I think people will not allow it to happen. I think Trump will figure out a way to, I don't know, get his Republicans on his side. I don't know. But it's crazy how fractured the Republican Party is too. You think that they would be more in line, but they're definitely not. If they rule against tariffs, everything that has done to get our economy going again will be undone. It kind of feels that way. Is this possible crash of a bear trap? Could be. You're talking about this little bear trap right here. I mean, this thing came down pretty far, 89,000. I mean, we can go back and look at Ethereum. Ethereum came down, hit a fair value gap here on the daily. We knew these numbers were going to come down here. Again, I put a buy order right here at 3,000. It hasn't quite hit for Ethereum. Ethereum's actually come down just a little bit less than a lot of these. So you can see this is where the bottom of the fair value gap is here. But we go to the 4 hours. 4 hour, all the fair value gaps got eaten up on the 4 hour, dude. 4 hour for Ethereum got eaten up. XRP's four hour got eaten up too. You can see the next one's right here at 203, but all these fair value gaps got eaten up. So yeah, it came down to the numbers that we thought, dude. There's a collective of 150 billion in lawsuits for U.S. companies who paid tariffs seeking to get a refund. That is what I read. Damn, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy, Andrew. We got Shannon coming in hot with the 10 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Shannon. If Shannon gifted you a membership, please say thank you to Shannon. And those 10 new members, welcome to the 18. Appreciate you a ton, man. My audio messed up or something? Is that what the question is with the audio? They just hate it because it's Trump. I mean, yeah, I kind of feel, I get that feeling too. I mean, I think a lot of people on the right hated it because Biden did it. And I think a lot of people on the left hate it because Trump did it. I get that, dude. I think that's kind of where the party divides have happened, they don't want to see the other side succeed for political gains. I think we're seeing that in real time. I don't think there's any argument for that, right? The right's going to not like what the left is going to do, and the left's not going to like what the right's going to do. And I don't know if you guys watched Kai Trump. She was on Impulsive, and she was just talking about, she was talking about both the right and the left, and if they just came to the center, we would succeed so much more as a country. I couldn't agree more. I think that's such a base thing to say for an 18-year-old girl who's not even into politics. But I think that's true. I mean, I've said that a long time. I think that there's far right, there's far left, and we got to meet in the middle. And the people that are in the middle are the people that just want like us to prosper as a country. They want us to prosper and do the right thing, right? Whether it's rule of law or not. Pump middle January to mid. This Q1 is going to be good, dude. Hey, Austin, you guys will be listening. Can't be in the chat, reading ahead, getting my knee and doctor chat. Oh, damn, dude. I hope you're okay, Tony. Yeah, I hope you're okay, man. Austin, what is your worst prediction? What's the worst prediction? The worst prediction here is like we're going to come back down. I mean, if you talk about like Bitcoin, let's just say that Bitcoin comes down. We know that we lost in the last tariff. We can go back over here and we can just look at history, bro. Just look at the history of what happened back over here. I mean, this happened during the whole Trump thing. This was Liberation Day, right? I just pulled this up. Where's it at right here? I mean, Liberation Day right here. It was April 2nd, Liberation Day, and this could actually amplify even more than just April 2nd. Let's go back to March. April 2nd puts us right here. I mean, we fell down massively. He said 9%, but I think it's actually more. It's probably about 9%. We're more like 15% when you look at the wicks. 16% sell-off. So let's just say that it happens tomorrow at the same pricing. I mean, let's just say it goes down 16%, dude. I mean, it puts us back down at that same level, $76,000 where you can get Bitcoin, which is the previous high of the previous bull almost, Previous high of the previous bull was roughly 68. So you're roughly $10,000 off that, But yeah, it could come down pretty far, dude. Maybe it could be more. I don't know. I mean, if Bitcoin's going to lose 10 to 15%, that's a lot. I mean, let's go back and look at Liberation Day for Ethereum, dude. How far did Liberation Day go for Ethereum? It was going to be right here. This is Liberation Day right here. That's a far drop, right? Or no, where was Liberation Day? Right here. This is Liberation Day for March, April, May, right here. That's crazy. So Liberation Day for dude, that's weird. I don't think I knew that. Liberation Day for right here. We pumped so hard after that. That is crazy. I remember that coming down, but let's see. This is Liberation Day. ETH went down 30% after Liberation Day, dude. It went from all the way from roughly April 2nd to April 8th before we recovered. It almost took 7 days to recover out of that, plus some more. But damn, dude, that's crazy. 30%. So, I mean, let's just play worst case scenario, right? Let's play the game. Worst case scenario, we go down 30% from where we're at right now. I mean, that puts us at roughly $22,170. That's $1,000 drop, $1,000 on ETH drop if that happens, right? If we're playing worst case scenario, if we're taking what happened on Liberation Day to be the same as what happens tomorrow with the Supreme Court knockdown, I mean, worst case scenario, we go down to 2,100. I mean, that's pretty damn crazy too. XRP is probably going to take a dump too. But XRP actually held up pretty strong. But I mean, this is Liberation Day right here. You can see we came down roughly probably close to 30%, I'd say. Shit, right there, 28%. So you're talking the same thing, 28% from where we're at right now, 214. 30% puts us back down at like 150, dude. That's crazy. I mean, these are all just hypothetical worst case scenario if we're going to play the same game, right? I mean, that's just kind of wild. There are so many people in the middle than the right. Yeah, there's a lot more people in the middle for sure. trade authorized retaliatory tariffs against foreign countries engaged in unfair trade practices. I'm with you, dude. I think that that's true. I actually agree. Again, I don't read any of the, Section 301 of the Trade Act. I mean, like, I'm taking your word for it, bro. But I agree. I think that if you're going to do some unfair trades, we should be able to protect ourselves and do the same thing. Like, I truly agree. I believe in that. I believe in tick for tack. So, like, I believe that if you, I'm not going to say it here on stream. I just believe in tick for tack. Let's just leave it at that. Austin, did you see the video of Jorge made of you singing for XCL Mafia? I have not seen that, dude. Did you tag me in it, bro? That's funny, dude. What's up, A-Team XCL Mafia? Yeah, we got XCL Mafia in the house here. We got XCL. Let's take a look. I haven't looked at XCL. I did see that Sentinel came down pretty hot yesterday. Let's see where it's at. Sentinel came. Oh, shit, I hate when I do that, dude. Sentinel came down pretty hot yesterday, but the bounce back came up nicely. People bought the dip back up here. Acceler is sitting up really strong right now. Acceler is still holding really, really strong. Yeah, Sentinel came down hot. I think a pretty big well sold. That well took a massive price impact, dude. Crazy price impact that person took. They probably lost they probably lost close to like $6,000 to $10,000 on that trade, which is crazy to me that you're willing just to chop that up like that. But hey, man, to each your own on that, do your thing, whatever. But you can see right here, down a little bit, but it's bounced back nicely. Definitely a nice little clean bounce back here. Acceler still holding strong, kind of flat, really flat, which is actually good, right? I'd rather be flat than going down. So good to see Acceler kind of just hanging in there, waiting for things to develop here. So you can see these are the burns right here. The burns came up massively here, right? I think these burns came out yesterday, right? Massive burns came up, brought it up to 0.00376. Same with Sentinel. I think Sentinel had a pretty big burn yesterday too. I think that brought it up to roughly, what did it do? It brought it up, was this yesterday? Something around this time. Maybe it was on the 7th. I don't know what time it was that the burns happened. I think that might have been the burn right there. Almost brought it back up to 1. So, yeah, just people selling off after that. But let's get into here. So altcoin season happens when no one is prepared. You can see right here, 2016. It's crazy to see the same trends. It is crazy to see back here in 2016. We had this little bit of a sell-off here. We retested it, had a bounce off. Same thing happened here in 2020, 2021. No one kind of expected it. We had a major bounce back. And we've been kind of flat across the board here, but this is what people are calling the retest. This is just one example. Some people don't think this will come to fruition here, but some people do. Unless it's delegated during emergency. Yeah, I don't really know the whole thing, dude. Honestly, I don't know. Mandates that imported goods be marked with their country, origin, and power Congress exercise under its constitutional authority. Yeah, that whale has to be sore. I mean, that's a pretty bad one, dude. Then Deep Sea, I think swarm rewards are today, aren't they? Good question. I should probably look at that. We got Kenny XL. Thanks so much for the the 5 gifted memberships. If Kenny gifted you a membership, please say thank you. And those 5 new members, welcome to the A-Team. The power resides with Congress. Is that what you're telling me? I just told you. I got you, guy. I got you. But that's the thing, guys. I mean, like, I haven't done my own, like, I'm taking your word for it, guy. That's what I said. Like, I haven't like really dug into myself, like read the the Trade Act. I can't, like I said, like, so like I'm just taking your word for it, taking everyone's word for it, which is probably the worst thing to do. I should probably actually go do my own research on it. Claws up. I've been buying dips, and I'm still totally less than the original investment. Disheartening for sure. It's going to come back, K Bowers. Just hanging strong, dude. Have I ever lied to you? No. But it's good. It'll force me. I'm actually going to look it up today. I'm actually going to study a little bit today. It'll make me a little bit more confident with being able to agree with you, guy. Right? That's the right thing to do. Let's see. Oh, snap. Thank you for the membership. Oh, shit. Anthony Hawkins got his membership. What's up, buddy? You got it back. There are laws that give power to the president for tariffs as well. That is why it's going to the Supreme Court. I think, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting to sort of see how that turns out. It's blurry. Then you might have to up up your quality. I don't know, Chameleon, if it's blurry. Oh, you're saying I thought you're talking about the stream. You're talking about the lines between whether Trump has the right to do it is blurry. Yeah, like the lines are grayed out. That dump was that guy for a decent loss. Dude, Terry always takes the L, dude. For some reason, I don't know why. You know? So, yeah, we interested to sort of see this come out here. Also, you have other people out here. This is pretty crazy, by the way. This person's calling for since the next chapter for Bitcoin will shock the world. This person's putting out a chart here showing that this is going to get to 400K. I don't know. You can see that the crosses have happened. The RSIs are down. We saw all this, but to get to 400K, my question is, you guys think it's going to get to 400K? 400K is wild, dude. Like 400K is crazy. I mean, 225 is, or 250 is kind of like where I'm at, right in that ballpark for 250, 250,000 for Bitcoin, but 400K, that's almost a double. And if that happens, that would probably put roughly, let's see what that would actually do for math wise. Best case scenario, right? That would be like best case scenario for Bitcoin is gets to 450, which would be insane. Like that'd be just such an insane pump from where it's at even right now. Would put you up about, dude, like I can't even get it in my freaking chart here. 450. Okay, right here. Let's do it. This is such just like a dream case scenario right here to get to 450 would put you up roughly about almost 400% from where we're at right now, right? So that would probably Ethereum would probably go up. I mean, that would put it up at a 400. Let's just say 400%. That puts it at a market cap of. Where's our market cap? Our market cap of almost, dude, that would be crazy if at 4x. That would put it at an $8 trillion market cap, which would, on the same ratio, would put it at roughly. I mean, yeah, that would put Ethereum 369. That would put Ethereum over $1 trillion market cap, dude. Which would be almost a 4 or 5x for Ethereum too. So that'd be crazy. An $8 trillion market cap for Bitcoin. That'd be $1 trillion market cap for Ethereum. That brings so much money into that'd be insane. You have to bring that trillions of dollars into Bitcoin like that would be crazy. I think that's why it's unrealistic to me to bring literally you would honestly like 3x our total market cap. You'd go from almost 3 to roughly $12 trillion in market cap this bull run. Like, do you think that we're really going to bring in $9 trillion in 3 months or in 6 months? $9 trillion. So we're talking trillions of dollars. We're not talking billions. We're not talking 3x is easy, bro. We're talking trillions. Like, we're not talking billions. We're talking trillions. You got to think all that fraud that happened in Minnesota is in the billions. It's in the 100 billions. We're talking trillions. I don't know. Like, that's a hard thing to digest when you talk about it like that. Like, do you guys remember the map I showed you, right? Or I showed you I've shown you this chart before. I've shown you guys this before. It's a little image of the it's a little image of the whole billions and trillions thing. I've shared this like multiple times with you guys. And it's crazy when you start to really put into perspective what this means. Like, can we just like put this into perspective, please? I think that there's another one right here. Like, this is the guy right here. You got $100 bill. You got 10,000, right? Here's your 10,000 right here. Then you got 100,000, which is this little tiny stack right here. And then let me get the comment out of the way here. Then you got 100 million, which is a pallet. And you got 1 billion, which is basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10 pallets gives you $1 billion. And then here you are. Here's 1 trillion. Like, here you are. Here's this little dude over here. And it's got like double stacked pallets all the way down and back over. Like, to even think that like we could bring that much money into a market in 6 months is wild, right? So like, let's talk about the billions, and then let's talk about $1 trillion. Like, we're talking 9 trillion of these things right here going into Bitcoin. That's a wild output. You know what I mean? So when I look at something like this is when I kind of have to laugh. Like, that is a crazy prediction. Like, I'd probably stop following this guy. Eventually we'll get there, but not in 6 months. He's calling 400,000 for Bitcoin this bull run. Like, do you think that's going to happen? Maybe I'm wrong, dude. Y'all talking about BTC. I'm afraid to buy any big amounts of Bitcoin. I feel like it's done. It's all good. Oh, you feel like that's done. It's only going to do what it's going to do. Is this the palette diagram? Yeah, it's the palette diagram, bro. Like, that is. I don't think people really chameleon. That's why when people talk about in trillions, like even when you talk about XRP, when people are like, XRP is going to get to $100. Like, do you realize what that does for XRP's price to get to $100 from where it's at right now? Like, look at the market cap here. That means that you're going to be introducing, sitting here at roughly 130, put it to $1 trillion. Like, you're going to go from 130 billion. So you're going to go from roughly, We're gonna go from roughly something that looks maybe a couple more pallets over here to something that looks like this in 6 months. It's a hard thing to think about. There's just so much money. I don't think people realize that what it means to get to the trillions. Every time we should go, it feels like by design. We need a swimsuit edition of Sports Illustrated. You gotta let me get through winter and into the summer where my abs start to come back a little bit. I start, my workout physique comes back. It's funny, man. I do have some, when I was a firefighter, we were joking around, like taking photos for like a shoot, wearing just like back in the day. I probably have to find the photos. There are some photos of me, in my firefighter outfit, like with no shirt on and stuff like that. And back in the day, right? That's back in the day. My physique's not like that anymore. I'll tell you that. A million seconds is about 11.5 days. A billion seconds is roughly 31.7 years. And a trillion seconds is roughly, I know, right, Chameleon? When you start to really think about the trillions, it's a wild number. It's a wild number. It took, when did the stock market go? The stock market opened up in the 1900s, early 1900s. And right now, I think the U.S. stock market is like 55 trillion. So it basically took a century to get to, a little over a century, more than like 125 years for us to get to $55 trillion in a stock market, right? U.S. stock market market cap. I think it's like 55 trillion, right? 67.8 trillion, my bad. 67.8, but still, you get what I'm saying. Like 67.8 trillion is the U.S. Stock market right now. So it took 126 years to get to 67 trillion, and we're gonna say that Bitcoin gets there. We say it's gonna add 9 trillion in 6 months, because that's like projected bull run. I'm hoping that they just allow this tariffs to go through. Just like let the tariffs have it. You know what I mean? No doubt. Also, I appreciate you, guy. I worked hard. Yeah, firefighting. Dude, that was probably the hardest. Obviously, I was a volunteer firefighter. That was definitely, respect to all the firefighters out there. It is a very, very hard job. Not just physically, but emotionally too. That's the reason why I stopped doing it. It was just really, it takes a toll on you, dude. After 4 years of doing it, you know what I mean? You're not just doing responses to fire. You're responding to medical emergencies. You're responding to, kids that are hurt, kids that are, oofed, and, kind of some crazy stuff that you see out there. You're providing. It's very intense. And so, yeah, it's not an easy gig at all. One of my good friends, he's a firefighter paramedic, and even through the pandemic and stuff like that. I mean, like, he was working nonstop, trying to work through the pandemics. It was a crazy time for him too. So yes, my brother was a volunteer fire EMT too. Yeah, it's quite a while. Firefighters are a special breed. They really are, dude. And what's sad about it is, the firefighters. What's really sad about it is they're like one of the higher, when it comes to workplace fatalities. They're one of the higher ones up there for just long term. A lot of them are dying from cancer. A lot of them are dying from exposure to the fires that they went in on, that maybe their SCBAs didn't fully work, or that they were exposed to other things. And so yeah, there's a lot of firefighters that pass away in the state of Washington every year from cancer or whatever it might be. And it's just a sad deal, dude. Yeah, it's pretty sad. But see, Bannon calm, it muzzle affect you. Keep doing so much shit, people have a hard time to catch up. True. If the tariffs are good, then why can't Trump pass them through Congress? He had a majority of the House and Senate. There would have been no legal precedents had he done it through Congress. Yeah, I don't know why, dude. Honestly, dude, it's hot. My side hustles Chippendale. No way, dude. Unless you want a fat Chippendale. I'm a firefighter trying to get wealthy with crypto because the job sure won't, but it's still the greatest job in the world. Yeah, crypto Kyle, I'm with you, man. I think it's a really good job for, self-serving in a lot of ways. I know, because Congress can't pass anything no matter what he does. People are against it, even if it was the best thing in the world. That's been proven. Kind of crazy, right? Tariff passing through Congress would take 6 months. I know, it'd take a long time, dude. I did one season of King Crab in the Barents Sea in 1999. That was a rough gig. Oh yeah, that would be crazy. Crypto Control. I mean, we all watched that, right? That was such a crazy time, dude. I know you guys all watched that. What was it called? What was it called when they did the king crabbing? What was that called? What was that show called? It was on like A&E or whatever. Oh my god, I can't think of it now. It was like basically all 2004 through 2010. It was like the best show on TV. I think being a cop is the worst. I think cop Deadliest Catch. Yeah, dude, Deadliest Catch. Thanks, bro. That was such a badass show, bro. Yeah, thanks, Chameleon. Yeah, you guys all got it. Deadliest Catch. That was such a badass show. I loved it, dude. Everyone loved it, dude. Deadliest Catch. That's such a good name too. I think being a cop is the worst job. So many about dude cop. I just even after watching what happened in Minnesota yesterday, I couldn't even fathom that, dude. Again, regardless of who's right or who's wrong, dude, like just such a shitty situation to be in. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just crazy, dude. You know, I was gonna pop back into the laugh about Trump tanking markets again with the tariffs. Yeah, it's gonna be quite crazy. It'll be interesting to sort of see how the tariffs come back, right? It was good until we found out how much of the show was produced. I know that was the sad part. A lot of it was, except there wasn't a ton of stuff that was, there was some stuff that wasn't, which is good, right? But yeah, you're right. I mean, same with Bear Grylls, right? I don't know if you guys watch Bear Grylls, but same thing with him, right? I wanted to go on crab ships. I'm allergic to seafood, though. The liveliest throw. Being a cop has gotten a lot worse, especially with the politics involved. Yeah. Are you a cop, my batch? Also work with security in ER job. I've noticed people suck more and more every day. Yeah, first 8 seasons were great. Yeah, it probably eventually, the first couple seasons was probably normal, no product, and then eventually got, they had to make it better and better and better. That's the worst part about it. That's the worst part about it, dude. What's up, Mambo Land? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, we got some other things to cover here. As you can see right here, you got the Crypto Quant CEO came out here and says the Bitcoin capital inflows have dried up as money rotates to stocks in gold, silver as well, but expects boring sideways action instead of a major crash. So he's thinking that we're going to have a prolonged sideways run up until we actually go. So people are thinking that 2026 will be the bottom of the bear. I showed you guys that with Crypto Quant. He's the guy that came, or crypto, what's his name? Not Crypto Quant. Crypto, I have to figure it out. I don't remember his name. But I've shown you a couple of his charts thinking that we're on this 4-year cycle. He's on the halving cycle. And he believes that the bottom of the bear market is going to be November of 2026, and that's where we'll come back out of here. But you have the CEO of Crypto Quant saying that this is going to be a sideways trade instead of a downward, like where we have a massive sell-off where we come down and reach the previous high of the previous bull. We'll just be in a sideways trading instead of a major crash. And again, the reasons why we had a crash last time was because of just, you got to think about it. We had a major crash because not only was there the FTX fiasco, we had the Ukraine-Russian war, you had the Luna crash. Like, we had major catalysts that caused the markets to take a dump. If we don't have anything like that, I think that we stay the same. Asking if my batch is a cop, like he was concerned. What you hiding, Austin? He's a cap. He's a cap. Nothing, dude. I think that's I honestly, I think it's a great job, dude. I think being a police officer is the toughest job in the world. I couldn't do it, dude. It'd be so hard. I mean, knowing that you're gonna leave your family to go get in that car to then pull someone over who doesn't give a shit about you, and like you could not be home and you're gonna go meet your maker that day. Like, that's a crazy thing to think about. Every day you get in that car, no matter what, like that's a crazy job. I don't think people really. I think you got to put some respect back in the police, what the police do. Yeah, that's wild. That's wild, dude. Yes, changed a lot in the last 19 years. Damn, dude. 40 to 100K in 2 months. Sign me up. You think so, dude? 6 months ago, every Thursday and Friday, crypto would pump. Are we headed back into that cycle? It's tough to say where the cycle's at right now. The cycle is kind of a mixed cycle. But I mean, you can see today's not a bad gig. I mean, we're going to be probably going up, coming down, but the hours oversold right now probably have a little bit of a relief here. But 4 hours at the bottom, this is looking good if you're going to be putting longs in. This could do something like we see right here. So you got to be careful, right? Put your stop losses in and put your sell or your take profit lot, your take profits in here. But yeah, you could do something like this where we come up, we hit up, and that's what you want, right? We want to come up about roughly We want to go up about 3%. That's a good trade right now. So anyone that's actually up 3% right now, this could actually be close to 3% right now. That's two. So about 3%. We're probably going to go up to about roughly 91,000, almost 92,000. They'll probably re-reject it. We could probably cross-check that with Bitcoin here. Let's take a look at the liquidations again. But go look at people's liquidations, see where their liquidation map, see where their levels are. Let's go down here to Hyperliquid. We'll see where their sellers in. I said 93, 91. Where's it at right now? I said it was going to go up to 92. So let's see where 92's at. I mean, this one right here is like 92. It's 91, 92. So yeah, I mean, right here around like 93.8 is a shit ton of shorts right there, right? So yeah, I mean, look at that right there, dude. There's so many shorts right there. 92. Look at where it starts to pile up right here, dude. This is all 92 right here. 92, right? 92, 1. You got 1 billion in shorts right there, 1.2 billion in shorts right there, 1.3 billion in shorts. So roughly between 91,926 to roughly 92,253, we have roughly, I don't know what, almost $4 billion in shorts coming on right there. That's crazy. So that's just the exchange map right there. Gosh dang. But yeah, right here is kind of where it gets hit right there. You can see that's kind of where it goes. So I don't know, maybe 92 right now would be like where this could go up to, and that's probably where I take my profits and sell if I bought right now. But that's not very good. You should have caught the bottom right here if you're gonna do that. Day chart's on its way down too. You got to think about that too. Day chart's coming down, right? Unless it stops again and comes back up like this, you got to be aware of that. So watch for that. We're already lower than we were here, so gonna have to watch that for sure. And 12 hours at the bottom. So yeah, I mean it's risky. You're risky right now if you're gonna do it. Have you liked the stream? Hit the stream, dude. It's unappreciated job. Yeah, dude. Let's see here. It's cool to tell people you're a firefighter. Telling people you caught crabs in Alaska, not so much. Yo, I used to catch crabs so much in Alaska, it was crazy. That's actually pretty funny, Crypto Keeper Joel. They see a uniform and they want to fight, or they're trying to grab it. Yeah, it's kind of wild, K Bowers. I don't know why. Being a content creator could be pretty dangerous as well. I think of all the psycho haters out there. Oh, there's probably a ton, dude. There's probably a ton. You know what I mean? And I'm sure I'll probably run into one at some point. But like I said, majority of the people in crypto are crypto. They're keyboard warriors. They're actually what they'll say on YouTube will not be the same thing they'll say to your face. Majority of people. I'm not saying everyone. There's some people out there that obviously have the kahunas to do it, but majority of the people in crypto are just keyboard warriors. Unfortunately, you just got to chalk it up to be like that. And most of the people judge you based off of you just talking about crypto, which is wild. Like, we're just talking about crypto. We're just talking about the markets, and people get so ramped up and angry at you for talking about the markets, which is weird. I mean, we're just, like I said, we're just talking about the markets. Like, we're just talking about news, but people get so ramped up because you like a project that they don't, or that you support a project that they don't. And it's really weird, but I don't know. I just let them, hey, you do you, I'll do me. It's designed so none of the three branches have too much power. That's true. You should not talk about politics. You don't understand that Democrats and Republicans are two feathers of the same bird. It's okay to talk about some politics. You know what I mean? Again, I think it plays into what's going on here. I mean, politics are the markets, dude. You got to talk about it somewhat. You know what I mean? Like everything you see here just go to every single news outlet when it comes to finances in the markets. I mean, we're talking about tariffs. We're talking about trade. We're talking about, oil trading, what just happened. I mean, that's all politics, dude. Senate to vote on barring Trump from further military action. You got him coming out here and saying that, we're going to, take certain amount of money from Venezuela for oil. And, the politics are all wrapped up in finances, dude. Like, you couldn't sit here and say you cannot talk about it. You have to at some point. I just think it's better to stay in the middle versus being one where, leaning too far left or too far right. I'm from and live in Minnesota shit's crazy from both ends in the spectrum, but I thought that we were talking about crypto today. It all plays in, dude. I showed up at Austin's house and he wouldn't open his door. Oh yeah, Austin can talk about whatever he wants. True. That is true. I could. Hey Austin, outside of crypto and Pokemon cards, what are you interested? What kind of YouTube content do you watch in your free time? I don't watch any YouTube content, dude. The only thing I watch in my free time, you guys want to know what my feed is on TikTok and on Instagram? You guys want to know what it is? I should actually just show you what it is. Here, I'll just show you. I'll just show you what my whole feed is. How about that? I'll just show you what my feed is. And then you'll have a good idea of what I'm literally. Oh shit! I wonder if I can actually log in. I haven't logged into Instagram on here in so long. Holy crap! On on, I was gonna show you. Oh shit! It's gonna make me do all this stuff. Oh my gosh! We'll see if I can log in, and then you can make the decision as to what I watch. It like pops up as like some random ass stuff now. But you could probably guess what a majority of my time and energy goes into. I probably don't have to tell you guys what a majority of my time and energy goes into. Outside of being a chauffeur, what my stuff goes into. Let's just see here. We got, I mean, here you go, dude. This is my Instagram. This is all my Instagram feeds right here. It's all soccer, dude. That's literally all my feed is soccer. Training tips, how to do skills, how to set up training for my daughters. Literally, it's all. This is my whole feed right here. And on occasion, I do get a random. Where is it at? I do get a random wrestling one in here that because I do follow a couple of these up and coming big time wrestling. Couple girls that wrestle. They're one of them's 9 and one of them's 13. Phenomenal wrestlers, dude. So I do like right here. I do break out and watch some of that stuff. But yeah, the majority of my stuff is this. This is my TikTok. This is my Instagram. I don't watch YouTube, dude. Literally, I spend all my time bookmarking, everything to set up training and opportunities for my daughters. So that's what it is, man. To answer your question, dude, that's literally what like all my energy goes into outside of just crypto. So yeah, kind of crazy, right? Soccer and stand-up comedy. Best ever. Dude, that dude that does receipts was on there. The receipts. Austin's a soccer machine. That's what it's come down to, dude, right? I mean, I think it's like, I didn't have in the early 90s to 2000s, like we didn't have like the training wasn't the same level of training that you get now. Like you can go to like a wrestling camp and you can go to train wrestling and stuff like that. But it's a whole new level of training now, just with all the stuff out there. And so like, yeah, dude, that's just what it is. The majority of your time and energy goes into your family, as it should. Mine good. Yeah, bro. Thanks for spending time and teaching us. Oh yeah, dude. I try to spend as much time. I think, like not to get philosophical here, but I mean, we're only alive for so long. And, I turned 40 this year, dude. I turned 40 this year. I mean, half my life is over. You know what I mean? I've lived half my life already. That's hopefully I don't hit any landmines, through the next 4 years. You never know. And, one of my really good friends here in crypto, he passed away recently. He passed away last year. And, really ate me up, to be honest with you. He was 43 years old, passed away with a heart attack. Some of you guys know him. His Crypto Realist was his name. And then we had another girl, her name was Super Space Chick. And she ended up passing away too from cancer. And I think she was only in her mid 30s. Maybe early 30s, dude. But yeah, super tore up over that. And I think it's super important that you just spend as much quality time as you possibly can. And I played that video for you guys where, you don't have much free time. And when you have that free time, you gotta spend that free time with the people you love. So super important to do that. And I think about it all the time. That's probably what brings me the most anxiety, is just like not being there for my kids, right? Not being there like to help guide them through life, because life is crazy. Life is wild. I think it's good to have someone to help give you guidance through it if they've been through it, and just provide. And I think that's like that's probably gives me the most anxiety in life, is thinking about that kind of stuff. So you just never know when that day comes where you get called up to meet your maker. You just never know, right? So kind of crazy when you think about it like that. Turns out running several miles a day was keeping me in shape. I'm sure I'm not the first guy got to be disappointed that Austin doesn't have an OnlyFans page. It was funny. I was joking about an OnlyFans. We were joking. One of my buddies and I were joking about doing. He ended up making it. I'm not going to tell you the name of the OnlyFans, but we were joking about. He ended up making an OnlyFans page. He doesn't have it anymore, but and because he's like a rip brick shit house, and he was he would cook in an apron. Dude, it was so funny, man. And that was when OnlyFans first came out, and I was like, dude, that's such a genius thing to do. Just cook in an apron, bro. Just be like a burly dude that just cooks in an apron. Because like cooking's where it's at, dude. Everyone loves cooking. Now just cook in an apron, like, and just be like, that was the funniest part. But he ended up making one, dude, and it was so funny, dude. I loved it. Let's all live to 120 strong. That'd be great, right? Damn, I lost a 32-year-old friend of mine last year from a heart attack. I know, right? That's crazy to think, right? You just never know. Health is wealth. Yeah. You can't buy your way out of wealth or buy your way out of health. You see all these, for instance, like when Toby Keith died, right? Toby Keith, super sad when Toby Keith died, right? Big Toby Keith fan. And when he passed away, I was so just like, he had all the money in the world, had everything in the world, everything you wanted, but you couldn't buy the health. And that's what's crazy, right? Nobody's promised tomorrow. Absolutely, dude. Like that's such a sad thing to think about, It really is. Austin's talking about himself in third person. He's the apron cook. I was not. I promise you, dude. I would tell you. I would give you my page. I was only going to make my only fans, my only farts. Guy Africa Jr. is talking about getting the poison out of our foods and people actually mad and hating it. Yeah, that's one of my reasons I voted. I mean, I'm a big RFK Jr. fan because him and I align. I don't, I think vaccines are crazy. Not all vaccines. I think some vaccines are probably good. I mean, obviously we helped eradicate some things with some vaccines, but not all vaccines are good. And I, again, I'm not here to, YouTube's probably going to ding me for saying that, but I mean, like, it's true, I don't even get flu shots. You know what I mean? I haven't gotten flu shots for the last, 15 years. I haven't got flu shots. I don't get shots, dude. I don't even get my tetanus. I don't get any of that stuff, dude. You know what I mean? And when I need it, I'll get it. You know what I mean? If I get tetanus, I'll go get a tetanus shot. You know what I mean? But that's kind of where it's been, dude. I think, yeah. And I think that whole thing is wild to me. And I think the food dies, what's in our foods right now. I was just watching a whole documentary on like what goes into our foods, like our granolas and stuff like that. Crazy, dude. Crazy. It's sickening. It makes me sick to my stomach to think that that's what's going in our kids. And we didn't have that in the 90s, man. It is a wild thing to think about. So like, I'm a bit, again, I know people hate on RFK Jr., hate away, dude. Like, but I think he's trying to do good things when it comes to just like helping our kids. And like, that's what I'm for. You know what I mean? And the people that are mad, did you vaccinate your kids? I did vaccinate them when they were born. Yeah. That was back in 2010 and 16, before, I haven't, I tell you the truth, I haven't just vaccinated them what they needed to get into schools, right? So here in Washington, you're required to have a certain series of vaccinations to get into public schools. I don't remember what they are. But I think that but I haven't vaccinated them since. Like they haven't gotten any updates to the vaccinations. So yeah. And that's kind of where it's at, dude. I'm fashionably late. What's up, dude? It is true. On the last one I took, disaster, not going. Another YouTube can ban me all day. Yeah. All of a sudden discover that foods are bad. You're after centuries of eating it. Any medicine is a risk. It's all too new. Yeah, I mean, you should just stick to whole foods, bro. I mean, that's what it comes down to. I think we all can agree that just eating whole foods is probably the best thing for you. I mean, eating apples, go eat an apple. Go if you want potato chips, go eat a potato. You know what I mean? If you want to eat some meat, go grill a steak, bro. Go cook some chicken. Just eat a chicken. You know what I mean? We don't gotta get into all this crazy stuff. But I mean, I struggle with it too, dude. I mean, the kids get snacks, man. It's hard, dude. I'm a big kid, bro. The fan will go to the store and buy all this kid stuff for their lunches, and I'm like over there snacking like a freaking bear that just woke up from hibernation every night. And I'm like, God damn it, dude! Like, stop buying this stuff. I just keep snacking on it, dude. Like all day long. I'm a big snacker. I don't even eat full meals, dude. I just snack constantly. Go read. Yeah. The whole gut thing is pretty crazy. I would agree. Best way to eat chicken with the feathers still on. Oh my god, dude. I'm not anti. Yeah, as a healthcare professional, I'll tell you to give children's more than one new food at a time, but six. Yeah, well, I mean, I think Trump's post was pretty good. Damn, bro, I lost a brother at the age of 30 because of sudden. Oh my gosh, dude, just went to sleep and never woke. See, that's what's crazy, Mamba Land. Like I think about that all the time, dude. I mean, that's why you gotta. I tell my kids all the time, man. Even when you're upset and angry and mad, you got to make sure that you before you go to bed, dude, you gotta you gotta settle your conscience. You know what I mean? You gotta go say whoever you're mad at, you gotta go tell them you love them. You know what I mean? So that they're not reeling. They're not reeling when something does go down and their last discussion was I hate you or you suck. Eggs real easy. Ugh. Even Doritos getting rid of the red dyes. Yeah, I saw that, dude. They were coming out with a bunch of the foods over here, like Cheetos and all these chip products that have it all in there. It's all going bye bye. So and they're starting to make them to where they're like they don't have the food coloring in there. So I mean, it's a good step forward. You know what I mean? Midnight snacks. I don't do midnight snacks, but I just snack. It's my biggest kryptonite. That's my kryptonite, man. And plus, I'm a big sweets guy too. So like I'm always trying to find the best chocolate chip cookie, dude. Like I just like a really good homemade chocolate chip cookie. Oh my god, dude, that's like the soul of. That's like if you want the key to my heart, bro, it's a good chocolate chip cookie. Like, dude, that's the heart. And then like just and then I like if I'm bored, like I like sucking on Jolly Ranchers. Like that's my big thing, dude. And then chewing gum. I like to chew gum too. So and I chew too much gum. Like it pisses fan off, dude. I'm always chewing gum. Oh, like yeah, I'll just like, and I can't do one piece of gum, dude. That's the hardest part. I don't know about you guys, but I can't do one piece of gum. I got to do like 2 or 3 pieces of gum because I feel like I'm gonna swallow the gum. I feel like it's just like it's too small. Like gum's gotten smaller over time, so I gotta like pluck. I gotta like stuff my face with like 3 pieces of gum to even feel like it's like doing something. Bro, I'm literally about to break a 7-day fast. Oh hell yeah, dude, that's amazing, bro. Congrats to you. I think fasting's phenomenal, dude. I've done. I actually got to my lowest weight over a year ago. I got to my lowest weight I've had in a long time just from doing like intermittent fasting. I think it's actually really good. It made me feel really good, but it's just hard to sustain. That's where I gotta have a little bit more mental fortitude to push past it. Too small. That's what she said. Stupid. Just get some chickens. I can't get chicken. My HOA will not allow chickens. And I voted. I hate chickens, bro. I literally, I worked for a chicken farm for 3 years, dude. I hate chickens. They stink. They're annoying. They shit everywhere. They fly everywhere. Feathers get everywhere. They smell like ammonia. I mean, picking up after them is horrible. Like, yeah, I just can't get chickens, bro. Sucking on Jolly Ranchers, pause. I do, yo, dude. The raspberry Jolly Ranchers, fire, bro. Are you what is a Hubba Bubba? I don't know what that is. I don't know, fruit strip flavors, long lasting. I didn't remember fasting for. Oh, really, dude? Has it worked out really good for you, Scott? I feel the snacking. Yeah, dude, it catches me up big time. Okay, I'm jumping off track here. So this is really, really good to see. I sort of wanted to roll this into Pure Wallet because it's funny, man. Wallets are the key to the blockchain. If you don't have a wallet, you don't have the keys to a blockchain. And so Morgan Stanley came out here and plans to launch a digital wallet later this year to support Bitcoin and crypto assets. Wallets are they're super hard to build, number one, and they're super expensive to build. I don't think people realize how much it costs to create a wallet. Like a wallet is expensive because there's just a lot of technology goes into it to be able to read everything, just a lot of manpower that goes into building them, a lot of the infrastructure and things like that. And then once the infrastructure is built, yeah, it's good to go. So it'll be interesting to sort of see if Morgan Stanley buys out a wallet or if they actually do build a wallet. It says it plans to launch a digital wallet. The question is, where are they going to get that digital wallet? And most likely they'll probably go buy out a company. They'll probably go buy out a wallet company, whoever that is, right? I mean, that'd be their best case scenarios to go partner with a wallet company or buy them out to do it, because to build a wallet from ground up is super hard. I've been there. Pure Wallet is exactly that. Pure Wallet has a lot of resources behind them in NS Labs. I've been out to NS Labs. NS Labs is a big facility. It's a 6-story office building full of kids doing research and studying and all this kind of stuff. I've been there. I was there for 3 months and working with Pure Wallet. And that's when Pure Wallet first came out 3 years ago. And it's taken 3 years for Pure Wallet to get to the level where it's at. And they haven't stopped building Pure Wallet. They're just trying to be making it better and trying to find solutions and things like that. And so like this is going to be a hard feat for Morgan Stanley if they try to build it themselves, which I don't think they will. They'll probably go buy a up and coming wallet company and we'll see what happens. But I mean, that's kind of where it's at. And it's crazy to think because, I know that people were really pissed off yesterday about the whole Pure Wallet thing. We obviously went into that space with Pure Wallet. Some people still walked away pretty upset about the whole Pure Wallet thing. But really what I want to say is that, yeah, the lack of communication is big. And, Andrew's been asking me for a long time to kind of be like, he's been wanting me to like spearhead Pure Wallet. And like, I told you guys, I don't want to fail because like my family comes first. And I've always told you guys 100% like, if it becomes a job, I'm not going to do it. Like, because if it becomes a job, I have a hard time. Like, it's no longer fun. And I do this for fun. And so Andrew knows that. Andrew knows that, like, once if I have to come out here and, face a community to talk about a project and be the face of a project, how hard that is to do. Especially, you got a ton of haters out here that you got to deal with. But I mean, aside from that, it just takes me enjoying crypto away. But like, I really do like Pure Wallet. I do like the tech behind it. Like, there's technology that's really cool. Like, and if you're into crypto, like that's the geeky side that's really hard to get by. I mean, then like, so I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I just know he's asked me a lot, and I do think that they failed. I've told him, like, he knows it, that the communication failed. And I think that, he saw that. And I know he's asked me over the last, several years to kind of help steer and the marketing and all that kind of stuff. But like, I just haven't signed up for that. I was like, no, dude, I have my own thing, and I'm just going to let you continue to do what you're doing. But we saw what happened. And, I'm glad that they have Larry. Larry did a good job speaking. And I think it's good for him to get out there. And, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to help out or not. Was that the Pure Wallet live last night or tonight? It was last night, Crypto Keeper Joel. Yeah. Like, I like to help them out. I like to talk about it. I like to be there, but like, I don't want to be like bogged down, or I don't want it to feel like I have to do this. Like that's kind of been my issue. The Pure Wallet sweatshop. It sucks that they kept interrupting you when you were speaking and going in private to talk during the live. It's all good, dude. It happens, right? It happens. I only use Pure Wallet for PWT pre-sale, but played around with it. It's really good. I use Pure Wallet. Yeah, they're really good. I think that they've obviously had some issues with the AWS and Ethereum. I know that obviously they have. That's one of the transitions that's happening right now. I talked with Andrew a little bit yesterday after the stream or after the thing, and that's what they're moving over from the AWS Ethereum server to their own server to service the Ethereum side of it. So that's a big step. That's actually really good that they're going to actually have their own server and servicing that side of it. I think it's a big step forward. It's not easy to get it's not cheap to run your own servers, right? I think they'll end up being good in the end once they announce some good stuff, partnerships. Yeah, I think they would too. And I do like the direction. I will say, because I mean, as much as I love Cent and XCL, like I love this project, but like you're battling whales, right? You're battling whales, you're battling bots, you're battling whoever, right? You're battling these people, right? So even this project comes out and launches and it does, has over $1 million in liquidity, you're still battling this pressure, right? And there's still a lot of people out there that do not know decentralization, that don't know how to download a wallet, don't know how to buy on a wallet. Like people just don't know how to do that. But if you're able to get onto some of these top tier exchanges, like, I mean, if you're able to get onto a Coinbase or a Binance or any KuCoin, you go down these lists of these six, most likely you want to get on a Binance or a Coinbase. I mean, that's really what you want to get on. Maybe some other ones. You could probably get on like Bybit. I mean, that's probably the other big one over there, which I think that they probably have a good shot. If you go to the exchanges here, I think Bybit could be a good shot, or Upbit could be a big one. Same with Bybit. I mean, they're both South Korean owned exchanges. And I think if they could get on some of these right here, Binance, Coinbase, or Upbit, like, I think they set themselves up nicely. And I think that that's kind of what they've been trying to do. And to launch and to be on a top tier exchange would be phenomenal. Like that would set it up really nice for a lot of people. And so like, as much as I say like, yeah, it sucks for having exchanges, we want to, tokens should launch and do their thing. They're trying to take the other side of it. They're saying, hey, we want to launch on the DEX, but we want to actually be on some of these top tier exchanges. And so I don't blame them for that. different strategy, right? Totally different strategy. And I don't think that that's a bad strategy. So I don't think people were too upset about it. I think there was just a lot of people that were just not happy about the pre-sale and how it all went through. Andrew needs someone. I don't blame you for not doing it. You'd inherit a mess to start with. Yeah, I know. And I sent you a DM, Tim, about the whether they were going to compensate the previous holders or previous project and stuff like that. I think that's still the goal, dude. Like I haven't really got into the weeds with it with Andrew, but I think that's still the goal for sure. Plus, I do know that they're right now they're in talks. Like, and again, I don't know if I don't have an NDA with them, so they're in talks right now with some pretty big VC venture, some venture capitalists right now. So there could be some decent VC money coming in, which could only be that would be huge. That would be super beneficial for the project. And so I think that that's kind of what they're waiting on. They're going to Hong Kong next week, which could be really big for the project. They're talking to venture capitalists over there. And I think that like that could help trigger a lot of the success of Pure Wallet and especially get on these exchanges and allowing the token to grow. So I agree with Andrew for that. Like I truly do, that you don't want your project to come out and go through this pump and dump, which is what we see a lot of things happen here where it comes out and it goes up, it comes down, and the token's like almost, like let's just take Best Wallet. Like Best Wallet, it's like almost looking like it's unrecoverable at this point. Really low liquidity, all that kind of stuff. And Andrew saying, I don't, that's not what he didn't want to say last night, but he was talking about Pure. He was talking about Best Wallet. He was trying not to say it, but I know he was talking about Best Wallet. It was when he was making comparisons, and that's what it came down to, dude. Is that that's not what he wants. So I'm kind of like, yeah, it's a different strategy. I'm not against it. I'm not against that strategy. Wouldn't a bank-owned crypto wallet kind of defeat the whole purpose of a person having their own wallet? It would probably just make it easy for them to integrate with their system, right? So it's good to have a decentralized wallet. You got to realize these. I don't think people realize how much money you make from these wallets. These wallets are money makers, bro. So like, ask yourself, do you really think that Morgan Stanley would launch a wallet if it wasn't prosperous? The wallets are the money makers, dude. That's where people make all the transactions. That's where people make you make your fees off of it. You make your you have liquidity off of it. There's so many things you can do with a wallet, and it's a money maker, dude. So you'll see a lot of people steering towards coming out with a wallet, and it's because it's a money maker, dude. But it's super hard to build, really, really hard to build. It's the same few thousand people swapping money around. Yeah. But when you get to exchanges, it's not, right? Right. Black Gold. When you start to get to like Coinbase, Binance, it's a lot more than just a couple thousand people swapping, right? It's a lot more than that. One of the tokens, they haven't said, I think they said anywhere from April to August. You got to realize they're going to Bitcoin 2026. I'll be going down to Bitcoin 2026 as well. And I'll probably support Pure Wallet as well while I'm down there, just like last time. And, and just obviously see everyone else if they want to come down to Bitcoin 2026. But yeah, I think they're going to wait till after April because, again, I told you guys that there's some VC, they're working on some VCs right now. And I think that would be really big for the project. If they can get some money flowing in from venture capitalists on this, which I think they have a good shot at doing it, like it's only going to make the project and the launch so much more successful. Trump doesn't do anything. Let's see, serious question. Why would any bank use an existing token or wallet? They would use a wallet, dude. Wouldn't you just copy the code and start fresh without whales? You know how it's really hard to build a wallet, dude. I'm telling you that, Joe. It's not as easy. People think you could just create a wallet. If you could just create a wallet, there would be a lot more successful wallets out there than just the ones that we have. And not everyone uses the wallet. So you use MetaMask, you use SafePal. Like there's other wallets, Phantom, that they use and things like that. But like, you start to go down the list of these other ones, they're not even compatible with a lot of things, right? They might be compatible with XRP, or they might be compatible with HBAR, or they might be compatible with, just Ethereum. I mean, like Best Wallet's just Ethereum. Best Wallet doesn't have any other thing built in there, So it's like you go down these wallets, like yes, they're out there and you can select from them, but are they actually working across multiple blockchains? The answer is no, because it's super hard to do. And look at it just took MetaMask. Look how long it took MetaMask. MetaMask just now, a month ago, accepted Bitcoin for the first time in history and now allows Bitcoin onto a wallet. Because you know why? Bitcoin's code is really, really hard to crack. The reason why BNB and all these other wallets and some of these other wallets had it, because they had huge teams and a lot of money behind it to be able to put it out there. And for some reason, MetaMask just chose not to do it. Dude, me and my family are being taxed out of existence in Washington now, not taken into account. I know, dude. The tax system that's coming into Washington right now sucks, dude. Uh, let's see here. It's like everyone is a effing soy boy both sides. So here you go, bro. Thanks for the stream, Austin. You really are the go. I appreciate you, Crypto Kyle. Appreciate you being here, man. Be safe out there as a firefighter. Taxes are good, but if your taxes are spent on dumb decisions, yeah, it's kind of rough, right? If you go heavy bear market, they will just use that for excuse not to launch. Morgan Stanley tanked the market so they could buy BTC. Kind of feels like that sometimes, right? Those banks have all the money. They have a lot of money, dude. Y'all have to keep paying for those home daycares. I know, crazy. It's crazy to think. The XRP spot pair goes live. As you guys saw, this happened. This came out this morning. Flare has officially listed FXRP for spot trading on Hyperliquid. This marks the first XRP spot trading pair ever available on the platform. So, Hyperliquid is obviously one of the largest decentralized trading platforms out there, killing it right now. So that's positive to see. You can see right here, AWS and Ripple to work together for an XRPL upgrade. I think this is actually really, really good too. Upgrades like this are probably good. You see they each have their own here, but I mean, XRP, I wish that they brought more liquidity to the XRPL. I really do. Dang Meta. Yeah, I'm not, again, I'm not here to I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not here to convince anyone to buy anything. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just here talking about projects. The project's gonna do what it's gonna do. Like, people are gonna be upset about it no matter what. Some people are okay with it, some people are not, like I said yesterday. And but I'm not here to convince anyone, to go buy or not buy. I'm just telling you, I mean, like, at least the real positive thing for Pure Wallet is the text there. And now my goal for Pure Wallet has always been, when this project launches, what is the project going to do to make sure that the chart is successful and to make sure that you're giving back to the holders who put in. Like, that's really what it comes down to for me. And so that's the sword I'll die on is, what are you going to do as a project to make sure you're putting money back into the project, into the charts, to give back to the holders who help build the chart. Like, that's what it comes down to, right? That's what we want. That's success. Whether that's through fees, whether that's through, putting money back in through cold storage, whatever it might be, you got to figure out a way to do that. Austin, if you had a button and someone said you need to press this button or everyone will die, but if you press the button, you launched 15,000 nukes everywhere on the planet. I gotta read that again. If you had a button and someone said you need to press this button or everyone will die. I mean, isn't that the same thing? I mean, wouldn't you be doing the same thing? If you 15,000, you know how many that is? That's a ton. My girlfriend's mad. Obviously press the button. Yeah, I mean, like, it'd be crazy. No matter how you look at it, it'd be the same. It sounds like pressing the button and give a chance. Maybe. Dude, Outdoor Nature Show, thanks so much for gifting 10 memberships to the A team. If Outdoor Nature Show gifted you membership, please say thank you to Outdoor Nature Show. And those 10 new members, welcome to the A team. Appreciate you a ton, dude. I'm autistic. I don't question. All right. It's funny. No, you're good, bro. Do you think? Everyone dies except you in one scenario. Everyone dies, including you. I don't know, man. I don't think I'll ever be in that scenario. So that's kind of nice. This is good right here. First, one of the first states out here, right? Florida introduces a bill to create a strategic reserve, 10% of key public funds going into BTC and ETFs. This is actually really good. I'm kind of on board with this. I think this is super cool. I think that more states should invest in or allow the vesting or create a Bitcoin reserve. We know it's not going anywhere. So it's good to see Florida stepping in and doing this as well. So I think this is really, really good. States are going to start taking notice of this and actually continue to push forward. I mean, probably mostly red states will. Democratic states probably won't. But yeah, I'm not going to get into this kind of stuff. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at today. People just getting roped into random scenarios with no win stage. What's the play of the day, brother? Right now it's kind of, I'm hoping that people were, let's actually look at some of this real quick. Let's go to XRP here. I mean, the XRP 4 hours at the bottom here. Like I said, doesn't usually stay at the bottom very long. You know what I mean? It doesn't stay at the bottom very long. You can see over like the last couple times, it usually comes up, comes down. We could do something like this. So you gotta be careful of that where this happens. But I mean, we bottomed out pretty hard here yesterday, and so it usually doesn't stay down here very long. And I think we're actually setting ourselves up pretty nicely to have a maybe a potential bounce back, but it's hard to say because the MACD is coming down right here. You can see there's definitely some pressure coming down right here. Um, you know, with the tariffs coming in tomorrow, dude, it's so I probably would not. The play of the day is probably not even touch the market, dude. I'm not going to risk anything in the market right now. I think if you're going to play the odds right now, which the odds are this 7% chance the rule is against them. I mean, I have a feeling that the markets will go down on this decision, but some people believe the markets will go up if they knock down this tariff. So I don't know. It's really mixed, dude. I don't have an answer for you. I really don't. I'm not messing around with the market today. I'll probably just chill out. I'll wait for better days, better conditions to make my money. You know what I mean? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. You got that membership. Yeah. Is there still Topless Coffee in Washington? Yeah, dude. They still got those things going on. Explain the people is Topless Coffee. So we have bikini baristas like in all around. They're all around here, dude. They're usually like pink sheds. And yeah, they're called bikini baristas, dude. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, but they're still here, man. They're still around. Any thoughts launching your own project since you have a lot of followers? Nah, dude, I couldn't do that. It's so much work, bro. Like I said, even like, Andrew asking me to be a part of Pure Wallet team, right? I mean, I know he said yesterday, like I'm one of the, he considers me to be one of the founders because I went over there and helped, work on the wallet for, when it first came into existence 3 years ago, and that interface, the interface of Pure Wallet is my interface. Like that's what I created. You know what I mean? Like that was my build out. What I wrote on paper. I went over there for 3 months and helped that. Like I didn't create it. I wasn't the developers behind it, but I mean, like I was you could say I was probably the architect and thinking of like, here's what these things should do. Make sure we have this, make sure we have all that, which is cool. And it's grown since then. I'm not saying I'd take all of it, but I mean, like, that was the funnest part, dude. I had such a great time doing that. But like owning your own project and doing your own thing, like that's crazy. Like I said, I have massive hesitations from even, committing to helping Pure Wallet. I know that they want me to be kind of like to become the face of Pure Wallet and, be out there for the community and they need someone. They really do because they dropped the ball massively. And it kind of sucks because I'm like, fudge, dude, like, the project has a lot of potential. The project has tech out there. They have NS Labs behind it, which again, NS Labs is it's a tech hub, bro. It literally is like one of the number one tech hubs in South Korea. And Dr. Kim is a G. Like Dr. Kim is like super cool. Like I really like him, and he's like one of the head honcho. I mean, he is the head honcho at NS Labs. He's the head honcho for NS Labs. But I mean, like, very respected person out there. Yeah, it's just hard. But I want to be successful, and it's like, same time, they kind of dropped the ball, and I wasn't gonna jump in and insert myself on it. You know what I mean? Can you help me? I can share my short story. I'll be thankful. We were talking about Stranger podcast. Stick to this, sir. Suits you well. Saves the headaches. I know. That's not kind of the hard part, dude. We want to launch a muff token. Royalties are their guys in bikinis? No. Are the tariffs are what? The tariffs are what country are for? The tariffs are for what country exactly? For here, notify me before the rug pull. Well, as long as they lock liquidity, it can't rug. I'm so curious why. Should I be feeling FOMO on Canton, the XL ground, playing mind games? Probably playing some mind games. You have been officially rejected. I don't know what we're talking about here. Please smash that like button. But all right, guys, I'm gonna hop off here. Appreciate each and every one of you guys coming on, kicking with me today. Thank you so much. We'll be back on here tomorrow, same time, same place. Actually, tomorrow, I think I'm going to be on at my 10 a.m. slot tomorrow. I have something I got to do tomorrow in the morning. No, I'll be back on my normal time tomorrow. That's right. No, it's not till. No, that's not right. Yeah, I'll be back on my normal time tomorrow. Phew. I thought it was. Thought I had my appointment, but we're good. We're good, dude. What are the tariffs for exactly? The tariffs like on all the countries, bro. Like, when Trump put all the tariffs on all the countries, like all these percentages, they're trying to knock that down. That's what it is. So yeah, that's what it is. So we'll see. 70% chance it happens tomorrow. we'll see if Liberation Day 2.0 comes in tomorrow. So just be careful. Yeah, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day, dude. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Appreciate you guys letting me rant about whatever the hell we rant about here. I like that we go down some little rabbit holes here. It's always fun to watch. So with all that, love you guys a ton. We're out. Peace out, everyone.